Greetings, y'all, and welcome to the you know what it is. It's Monday night, and you know what time it is, you know what day it is. Comic book talk with friends. It's your boy LR in the building. Always every day from the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel, man. And tonight it's gonna be incredible discussion after a long wait for progression when it comes to DC. You know what? They always say that, you know what, sometimes in order for you to basically reestablish the foundation, you got to tear everything down and start from the ground up. And I think that's just what they're doing right now. You know, we got a long road ahead of us. I think there's some positive strides to be had. And with tonight, we're going to make you understand that. Also make you understand that, you know what? Hey, there's a reason why certain IPs have to be canceled and drowned out. If it's not successful for business, you got to understand that. It's not to say that, you know, it has nothing to do with anything personal. What they always say, business, it's always business. Business never personal. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is. But at the same time, we want success. We demand success. We want both IPs to succeed. We want Marvel to succeed. We want DC to succeed. And we see some positive strides. So I'm definitely happy about the direction that they're taking so far. I have hope. I have belief. And when you attach the word or the name Alan Horn to your company, man, come on, man. We already know what it is. He already got the co-sign for Kevin Feige. You already know that, man. So again, let's go in. I can't do this without my panel, without the panel of individuals that I have here, and excellent and incredible cats with me. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Salutations, brothers.
Salutations. As
Another
always.
great day.
Another great day. Another great day. It's also a great day to be a comic book fan, as always, man. You know how it is.
Every day is a great day to be a comic book.
Oh yeah, bro. Every day is a
Especially
great
if you
day.
actually read comics.
Exactly. Every day is a great day to be a comic book fan. It's not
Yeah.
about what you see on film, but it's also what you have in your hands. So, you know, we're
sir.
just like really happy about that, man. Really happy about that. And it's like movement in the comic universe right now. We got some big events that are coming up, you know, especially in the comic universe that, you know, we got to expect. And again, I'm happy about that. But Vinny, how you doing, man? How you been?
I'm amazing, man. It's a hot ass day, but I got a lot done. Sweat my balls off out there, but we got a lot of work done. And then it was a fun weekend. There was so much content this weekend. I was bouncing around different shows. I was behind the I was out of the loop. I was behind on Better Call Saul, so I've been binging that this weekend. And then Sandman dropped on Friday.
Yeah.
And I got about 4 episodes of that in, and that's just incredible. The first episode, I can't wait to talk about what you guys on here, but first episode was a little touch and go, but then by the second episode, it just gets rolling real quick.
Yeah.
And from second episode on, it's just fire. So that was phenomenal. And then like the talk of the town, everybody's talking about this Predator spinoff, Prey, and it's getting a lot of hype, a lot of love. Amber Thunder is just doing her thing, and I watched it with my girl the other night, and we just loved it. I was tired, and I was like, I'm going to bed, and we thought about watching it, and I was just up, just zeroed in. I just loved it.
Yeah, bro.
I love how everybody's like ranking their favorite Predator movies. It's just adding so much love and energy to the franchise, and it's just so crazy seeing that. You know, so many times we like argue about reboots and, you know, rekilling old franchises and how you know they just beat a dead horse sometimes, but then once in a while they just strike, you know, catch lightning in a bottle, and that's what they did with this one. I loved it. It was really good. I got home, I was thinking about it all day at work today, and I came home and I drew Naru. So I drew this as soon as I got home.
Yeah, I actually shared it, bro. It was incredible.
Yeah, man. So as soon as I got home, I drew that today. I was like, yeah, she was on my mind today. I was like, I'm gonna come home and get at the table. So other than that, I'm just excited. I got just a lot of excitement for all the stuff coming up. There's, you know, nothing's boring right now. You know, good, bad, or ugly is interesting. I mean, we're being kept on our toes. There's so much to dig into tonight. I'm looking forward to this conversation because DC is always interesting, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. Man, they always are very controversial. So there's a lot to converse.
Yeah, there is. And much needed. I mean, it definitely much needed discussion But I think the most important thing is like what we could take out of this is that there's always positives from negatives. And I think that there's positives to be had because of the simple fact that, again, we're in a new phase now. Like I said, the new regime. You know what I mean? Like a brand new regime. And I don't think they're just going to talk. And the reason why I don't think that is just all talk, I think it's more than just talk because the 10-year plan, and on top of that, when you say as an owner, you know what I mean, as a CEO of a company, you say, you know what, we're going to take our time and make a great film. We're not just going to rush it and push it out there. We're just going to take our time to make a great film. And that's, to me, that's the sign of, you know, someone who really cares about not even just the IP. And to make the statement that, like, you know, come on, man, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are the figureheads of that company and is spearheaded for the next 10 years. Why not? Like, come on, man, why not? So I'm definitely happy about that, man. Finally. Jason, man, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
Man, great weekend. Hit the beach a lot. Vinny, I forgot about Prey. Vinny posted, I said, oh, I gotta go watch this. This movie, bro, is off the chain. Like I loved it. The scene, but see, they only mess up on one thing about the dude's gun. In the comic, it's different because in Prey it took place in 1719. Well, the gun that it was given to Danny Glover was from 1718. It was a pirate named Raphael or whatever. If you got the old school Predators comics, you can look it up. But the pirate, well, he got pissed off at his crew for stealing from churches, so he turned against them, and he didn't know that a predator was keeping him the whole time. So the crew tried to kill him, and the predator came down like, "Yo, what the fuck?" The predator helped them out. So the predator helped him kill the crew. So as mutual respect, like they was getting ready to like talk to, I guess, like, you know, see what the predator was up to. And one of his crew had survived and shot Boy in the back. So the predator went to kill him. So then predator came back when dude was dying. Raphael said, "Take it." So that's why in part 2, when at the end, when that predator gives him the pistol, it's the same one that the girl has in Prey, but it's that they changed it up because he said he told Danny Glover to take it. So I was like, "Yo, that's the only thing that they didn't go back to."
That's fire though.
And now they're saying that these people might be Billy's ancestors from the OG one.
Oh, okay.
And see, you know how Billy kept stopping in the jungle, like he was looking around, like he was sensing it.
Yeah.
They're saying is we're telling him like, "Yo, the what they call him, the fire god is back," or they called him something like that. The fierce god is back, or something. Yo,
there was
it's
a lot
all
of
connected, bro. But that one, thing, yeah. This movie was excellent,
dope too, because you
like,
can't have a problem with a female lead or whatever like that, because every single movie,
she was gangster,
whether it's Arnie or Danny Glover or Naru, you can't outmuscle the Predator. You have to outsmart it. And what better way to outsmart the Predator?
You have to outsmart him, bro.
On their home turf. It reminded me a lot of Apocalypto.
Yeah,
but that's
Apocalypto is like one of my favorite films of all time. Yeah,
it wasn't like Home Alone. It wasn't like stupid little tricks everywhere in the woods. It was believable. It was very well done.
Yeah,
I love that there wasn't a lot of hype.
She set him up, man.
All the hype was like after word of mouth. I love that we weren't being hyped up about this movie for months. I love that it was low key marketing, and they let the movie speak for itself. That's
it is sitting. It was
the
sitting
trailer
like
got me, bro.
Yeah, it's sitting at like a really healthy 92%. You know, from it's not. I think it's like a 92% Rotten Tomato rating and an 88% fan rating. So it's still good. Like it's super good. Like people, bro. Yeah, it's killing it. So we already know we're gonna get
92%.
92%, bro.
We got to get one because at the end they had they show in the paintings they had the spaceships coming down.
Don't tell nobody.
Oh,
just in case they
everybody see it.
Well, people out in the chat probably haven't seen it yet, so we got to kind of just
it's been out, y'all. Come
you know what I mean?
It's been out for like 3 days.
Give him some time. Give him some time.
3 days.
Give him some time. They'll be all right. But yeah, man.
Hey.
Yeah, I know. Give them some time. They'll people pick it up. I just want to be fair for people who haven't seen it. Hopefully everybody's seen it, but
I'm just hyped.
we're gonna definitely get it in, man. But yeah, thank you for being here today, bro. What's going on, Butt Naked, man? You good? You good tonight?
Yeah, man.
You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm like, my brain is fried, dude. I've just been going crazy trying to get stuff squared away today before taking a little mini vacation for Tuesday and tomorrow and Wednesday with the family for the birthday. So yeah, just like trying to get a bunch of stuff squared away before we go down there for Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm back for a shoot on Thursday, and then Fan Expo starts on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm fucking drained right now, man.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. But hopefully we get rejuvenated at least tonight a little bit, because we're going to dive in and get to some discussions, man. Let me address the chat real quick. Make sure everybody know we thinking about them. We got Odin 01 is in the building. We have Amber May in the building all day. We had SpongeBob Square Balls is in the building. Thank you for being here, my brother. I ain't seen you in a while, but you know what? So glad to have you here, Square Balls. We got my baby Latoya T is in the building. We got Tobar Keith is in the building. My man Keith all day, every day, my guy. We got Luminar in the building. Who else we got here? We had Calvin Williams is in the building all day. We got more worship in the building. Thank you for being here. Who else we got? Vinny's out there. We got 616 in the building. Who else we got? AJ Agrusa in the building. Raylo Binks is out there. Renz Talentino, the very talented Renz Talentino in the building. We got Vanilla Gorilla in the building. The Ill Yankee is out there. We got William Owens, of course. Malika Mabane is out there. SB Beam in the building. We got DT Artman. We got the Ill Yankee out there. Who else we got? K Carter's in the building. My man K Carter coming through. Del A. Calvin Williams. Lewis Labitz is out there. Who else we actually got? We got my man, my Mellow, Commander Green. H Green is in the building. Who else we got out there that I didn't mention? I think we actually covering pretty much everybody if we haven't already. And 12-inch Moose Dream is in the building. I like that name. Daryl Smith Jr. is out there as well, man. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it goes to so 12-inch Moose Dream. So anyway, man, thanks everybody for being here again. Like I said, we got some interesting stuff to talk about. Hopefully my computer doesn't mess up and give me a hard time. So we're going to actually go through and pull some stuff up. I mean, first and foremost, we have to address the simple fact that, come on, man, it's Warner Brothers Discovery. That's basically the merger. In case everybody who doesn't know, Discovery basically now has merged with Warner Brothers. They basically took over. And we are under new management. We had David Zaslav is the CEO of Discovery who took over this. So again, he came through, started cleaning house, started making some changes, and it's like, yo, the big guy wearing the big pants is coming through. And yeah, now controversial. We're gonna talk about the controversy first. Okay. So we're gonna get that out. We're gonna talk about that. The controversy was, of course, the announcement last week of the cancellation of the Batgirl film. Now that came with like some mixed responses, because everybody was like, how the fuck do you spend $90 million on a film and just say, hey, we're just gonna let it go? You know what I mean? We're just gonna let it go.
They got the
because
cash.
We didn't live up to par. They got the cash to do it. And though it basically seems to me, and I'm just gonna put this out there, though to me it would seem like damn, like that's $90 million. To them, I know it's chump change, but at the same time, it says a lot about a company that wants to give you perfection. And if they don't feel as though it's up to par, and he's willing to basically say, no, we're nixing it, that was a ballsy ass move. Yeah. And again, I'm glad they did it because, based off, and here's the thing. I want to basically say this, that I love Leslie Grace. I love Leslie Grace. I think she's brilliant. She's an amazing artist. I loved her in the Heights. Like literally, she's an incredible artist, and I'm pretty sure that she could have probably did her thing, in given the right direction, given the right material. But I'm guessing with this particular film, overall, shareholders, people who got a chance to see this earlier, saw a film that they said, nah, this is not going to work. So what did they do? They axed it. Now that was met with mixed reviews, but again, I thought that they basically did exactly what they needed to do, and that is definitely a sign of good leadership. Jason, what you think about that, bro?
Now, I've been like hyped all weekend about what they're doing in DC right now. Finally, they're gonna use. I listened to the meeting they had on the online on the phone meeting they had. Dude is
Yeah,
serious.
shareholder.
Dude is very serious about using IPs. It's gonna make them money. So why not use Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman? You know, I'm glad it's like they're cutting the fat. So why are we putting Plastic Man out before Superman? Why are we doing the Wonder Twins before Superman? Why are we doing Batgirl before Superman? Like all this stuff that we didn't need. Not to say that the actress is not good. I've seen her in other stuff. I like her work. But
Yeah, she's
from
manly.
what they were saying from the test screenings, like they were saying, like this guy is outfit looked like something from. I'm like, damn, I liked her. The uniform was right from the comics. I think I got the book. I think the cover with her in that uniform, but I liked it. But like from what the test screens were saying, like the movie was just not. It wasn't going to make it. So why put something out that is not going to make it? Put Superman back 2 more years,
Yeah,
or Batman, Ben Affleck back 2 more years, or Wonder Woman back. It doesn't make any sense. It
yeah,
made crazy money on the Snyder cut. I know people are tired of hearing it. It is what it is. Blah 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 blah. Ezra's in trouble. Who care? Whatever. We care, but whatever. But the fact of the matter is that they're cutting away everything that they don't feel is important at the time. I mean, for right now, and the focus on Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. I'm game. I'm with it. These are the three
yeah,
characters. I'm a comic book fan. I love comics. Everything. Comics and Star Wars is me. But
yeah,
I remember growing up, and the first hero that my pop pushed on me was Superman.
yeah,
I've been a Superman fan since I was 4 or 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So Christopher Reeve was my Superman. To see a guy, a lady in one arm, copter in another arm, and he's chilling like, you okay? Like, come on.
yeah,
That to me put me on the road to comics, period.
yeah,
So for them to be wasting Henry Cavill like this, it bothers me big time. He's a good actor. He is Superman of this decade to me.
yeah,
So to keep him boy and push him away and push him, it used to bother big time. Now it's a chance he might come back and this, that, and the third. I'm with it, man. I'm excited. I
yeah.
don't know about everybody out there that's DC fans or whatever, but as a DC fan, and I love Marvel too, but I'm totally excited. Now I wanted to see her do
Yeah.
something, but I would have rather had her with Ben Affleck, not with
Yeah.
not with this guy. He could
Yeah.
be good. He could be good for Batman Beyond, but not now. Like that made no sense to me. And you were still going to have Ben Affleck's Gordon in the film, correct?
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
made no sense. It made no sense, bro. So I don't know, bro. I'm happy.
Yeah. Hey, I think
I'm happy.
I mean, that's, what needs to be said is again, I mean,
Mhm.
for a company to step up and say, bro, they are willing to throw away $90 million.
That's
Um,
ballsy.
that's a ballsy ass move, bro. That's definitely a ballsy ass move. Vinny, what you think about that whole thing, that whole process? I mean, when you go over it, when you play it back in your head, bro,
Yeah.
and how, pretty much, I mean, I know here's the thing is I know a lot of people have reservations in the very beginning about it. You know what I mean? Because again,
Mhm.
we're going into a film just completely blindsided. We know DC's track record of films. Like it's a hit and miss. Some films are great. Some films are like, man,
Mhm.
they could have did without it. Some films are like, yo, why did you do that?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So we know this. But for a studio, now, mind you, you know, had this been Walter Hamada, he'd have probably been like, yeah, let's put it out. You know what I mean? But we're talking about Zaslav, who's like,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
nah, we're not doing that.
Yes.
This is not what my name is on it, and I want my money's worth. For any company, they should. So anyway, what you think about it, bro?
I just had so many opinions about this because there's so many moving parts that goes into this decision, prior ramifications and post ramifications of this move. Um, Zavlav, I feel like, is someone that I'm looking at with a lot of reservations because this is someone who's obviously a very successful businessman, but I look at him from what I know of him as a businessman first, creative second. Like when he took over Discovery, one of the things that he did was clean shop and get rid of a lot of the educational learning shows and replace it with shows like Toddlers and Tiaras and 19 and Counting. And these were shows that made so much more money than the educational shows, but creativity shift was imminent in that company. And it's kind of like how, it was a drastic shift in that company towards making more money as opposed to creative content. And I'm worried about that for DC. Now, this was a move that was on paper from their, from what we're hearing from them, was a creative decision from a content wise because, according to his own words, they're looking more for quality as opposed to quantity. But I feel like it's a very, it's very like slippery slope because they're their thought process seems to be, let's go back to our big guns, let's do the Marvel formula, and let's build this big, Marvel blueprint of get their big dogs out and go with the Supermans and Batmans and Wonder Womans, get their Trinity. And I have no doubt that in it of itself is a great plan. But I don't like the idea of that films like Batgirl or most especially films like Blue Beetle are expendable because Marvel movies aren't all Thor and Iron Man and Spider-Man. They're also Ant-Man and Guardians and niche films that work within the confines of the universe that they've built. It's not all the big guns. So I don't want them to think that strategy is the way to go. And one of the things that a lot of people on this panel and stuff like that too, we've said many times that one of the blessings in disguise of DC not knowing what they were doing as far as continuity is they luck into one shots like Joker and stuff like that. And does a movie like Joker ever happen under this kind of leadership? Because even though he does like it, that's not something that seems to be in line with Elseworlds type of one shots doesn't seem to be in line. Blue Beetle doesn't seem the type of film to be in line with the direction that they're going. As far as this film, this film was probably scrapped, not even because of creativity. It was probably scrapped because of the reports that are out that the tax write-off, and they're looking to recoup hundreds of dollars in the first place. So that's probably what it was. I also don't like that. It's really weird. We're going to lose a black Batgirl, a Latina Supergirl, and we're probably going to get cut the biggest Hispanic, lead star film coming out that I was the most excited film for is Blue Beetle. That's the thing I was most excited for above everything. And there's so I
don't think they're going to cut Blue Beetle though.
Oh no, they're not.
There's so many films that so many characters in DC that they aren't pushing of colors that they're kind of just switching, races, and those are films that are getting chopped. That's a very interesting decision. I'll just leave it at that. As far as the film itself, I like the costume. There wasn't much else about it that like appealed to me. It was a big wait and see for me. I didn't understand the dynamic of the Batgirl Gordon relationship. It didn't really quite make sense. I didn't understand how it fit in, and I'm not sure. I mean, I'm kind of bummed I'm not going to get to see Keaton in a bat suit. I don't know if we're still going to get to see it in Flash. I have no idea what they're doing, and I feel like this was one of the films that they didn't even really kind of know what they were doing. It's a bummer that we won't even get to see it on HBO Max. This has HBO Max written all over it, but because it's going to be a tax write-off, they can't even legally. They can't put it anywhere where they would make any money off of it. So one day this will be leaked somewhere. Then we'll get to see if it was bad or good. I bet you it's not bad, but it's very sad for the cast because everyone on this movie probably busted their ass and were excited that they were going to get to tell their kids and friends that they were going to be in a Bat Family DC movie, and they're never going to see the light of day, while their film brother is out there on a fucking crime spree for the past 2 years, and his movie gets to come out. Ezra Miller's in felony charges placed against him today.
I agree. Yep, it should be chopped
today, and he's been literally on a crime spree for the past 2 years. He's been arrested
on a crime spree
more times than DMX. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's very sad for the people involved in this filmmaking, in this film, and for the directors and all the people who busted their ass to make this movie happen. Even if it was a horrible movie, they deserve to, have DC's end of the bargain fulfilled. And I don't understand how anyone could say, "Oh, Superman or Batman or Wonder Woman or anything that's going to be in Zavslav's 10-year plan has to get delayed because of this movie coming out." I don't think that would have pushed them back at all. And a lot of their films have been one shots or Elseworlds, or this doesn't really apply to this. Reeves' Batman don't have shit to do with Affleck's Batman. Neither has shit to do with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker's Batman. So how this would have affected their next 10-year plan of continuity, I don't know. They could have just put it out, but it was a tax write-off. So there's a lot that seems really shady about all this news, and I hope I'm wrong, but it's Warner Brothers, and they don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. However, I can't wait for them to prove me wrong, because we all deserve some good DC movies, and we've been patient for a very long time while they keep putting up posters of 10-year plans, and then we watch how none of those films happen. And then 5 years later, there's another big press conference of their 10-year plan, and we get all excited, and none of those films happen. And it's going to be fried up at this point. So new leadership, new people. This dude seems very, very focused and determined, and I'm going to give him a shot. But I don't think this is all sunshine and rainbows. I'm going into this with heavily we'll see.
I think basically in the very beginning right now, we have to, here's the thing. There is going to be reserve, and I think he even expects that. And that's why I think that he came up with this 10-year plan type of situation, because again, just because you make an announcement, it's like you can make these announcements, but at the same time, making an announcement and not seeing or not showing improving is something totally different. So the thing is, okay, it's like now you're getting pieces of the puzzle in order. You're axing certain IPs, and I'm pretty sure, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he approached Leslie Grace and said, "Look, we're going to axe this film, but we're not going to axe you as the actress playing this role, because we do believe in you."
That's what I think happened.
And I think that they're going to give her a chance, because even there's certain statements that she made on her IG page that made it seem like, okay, she's good, and there's some things that are going to come. But
she's not upset.
And maybe they just, and at the same time, I look at it this way as well. Yes, we want to actually see her, but do we want to see her in a film that doesn't show her fullest potential? Do we want to see her in a film that basically can, get mixed reviews, get axed, and then never see her again?
Are you under the impression that they might do Batgirl later as a better film? Because I'm not.
What'd you say?
Are you under the impression that they might do Batgirl later again as a better film? Because
no. What I'm under the impression is that what they're going to do is they'll probably do it the smart way. They'll probably flesh her in with another film first,
because
and give her that.
They can't release another Batgirl film because of this being a tax write-off. So
no, they can do another Batgirl. They just can't do anything.
No, they can do another one.
Film.
Yeah.
So it's very unlikely that they just make another Batgirl film starring her, and then just call it something else to get around.
No, they can still call it Batgirl. It just has to be an entirely new project. They can still have the same title.
What constitutes it being a new project?
They cannot use any footage that was shot
from that first
film.
So they can't use the footage.
And if they were to do another one, it has to be no content from the original production. And everybody working on the new production has to have all new contracts that have nothing to do with their previous contract. Right. As long as that's done, then they can still make more Batgirl, content, whether it's her own movie, show, or another.
I think
movie.
it's much.
She's on the same phase though.
She's not because the thing is,
somebody talked to her.
Well, she got paid. That's the thing.
She got
Everybody
paid.
Still
Number
got
one,
paid.
that she still got her money. But at the same time, at the same time, there were conversations had behind door because because she put up a post and it was on the Twitter post, I believe. It was her and David Zaslav having a conversation, and she was with Alan Horn. You know what I mean?
They're going to use her, bro.
They're going to use her, but I think basically what they're going to do is, and I think it's the smarter way, is to have it to whereas she's fleshed in another film, and so people can actually see her that way. Because the thing is, look, Latino, representation, all representation in general, we know that's what it's all about. And I'm all in for it every day, all day, because I want to push that. But I want the right representation. And what I mean by that is the right story written with the right character, written in a great way to where she can showcase her talent. And I think that there's a possibility, like I said, again, it's he knows that in the very beginning, it's not going to be a sunny day all the time. He knows that there's things that they have to clean up. Because even if you listen to in the investors meeting, what they were talking about, that was the biggest thing that he pushed was, we got a hill to climb, and we got to get out of this rut. So in order for us to do that, there are some decisions that are going to have to be made. And I think that he understands that. And then on top of that, like I said, the key name for me that I honestly believe in is Alan Horn. It's not about just Zaslav. It's Alan Horn. He went after, because Alan Horn was working for Warner Brothers a long time ago. So he went after to Alan Horn and got him in. And Alan Horn everybody sings the praises. Everybody who's ever worked with Alan Horn sings the praises of this individual. So I think bringing him in is going to definitely help steer the ship, because he's already proven and he had a track record with Disney before he left. You know what I mean? So I think it's basically going in the right direction. We just have to wait and see and be patient. I'm not going to count him out. And the thing is, I don't want to count him out because I see promise. And when you make that statement like they made, I'm all in. But before I actually jump into that, Brendan, man, what you think about all this, bro?
Well, you and I already had a conversation on Saturday's stream about a lot of this, so I won't cover too much of the same ground. But a couple of things just to be aware of. One, there is a lot to be excited about. Absolutely, Alan Horn is a big one. All right, there's a lot to be excited about on that front. Rededicating. To that Trinity, to, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman is something that, yes, it's very positive to hear. The other side of that, and Lael and I talked about this for a while, is that I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying this opens the door, and then there is a fear that was raised by world-renowned comic book artists like Lee Bermejo that said, well, if they're willing to scrap a $90 million movie, what's to say they wouldn't be willing to start gutting the actual comic publisher, okay? And start saying, hey, you know what? Those other books that you guys are thinking of doing, we don't think those characters are going to translate to the film side where we're making all of our real money. So we don't want you to pay it. We don't want you to waste time doing those. We want you to focus more on these characters so that we've got a feeder into the film side, which then has the film side starting dictating the content that we get on the comic book side. That is frightening. I'm not saying that's going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
But there's a world where that could, based on their current kind of focus and strategy at WB Discovery. So that is a concern for me. Another thing, there are a lot of assumptions being made about this movie, about Batgirl. You got to remember a couple of things, though. One, 99.9999% of the people that are talking about this film have not seen this film. Okay? there's a lot of like, oh, the test screenings were horrible. I'm sure this was an absolutely shit movie. This movie got the same test screening score as Black Adam and Shazam 2.
Yep.
Keep that in mind.
Yes, and what has The Rock has star power to get you past a 60% being okay, and what doesn't.
You're right. And now it's common for a lot of movies that turn out to be great in the end to get low test scores because you know they're like, you know, 3.5 hour cuts of a movie that needs to be 2 hours. There, you know, there's a lot of things to factor into that. But this movie, for everybody saying it's the absolute worst thing in the world when we haven't seen it, it got the same test scores from audiences that Shazam 2 and Black Adam got. And those are both about to get theatrical releases. Okay.
Yep.
So, you know, we got to like pump the brakes on everybody shitting on the directors and the stars and the writers of this film, because we haven't been able to actually see it. And the thing that really sucks is they're not going, this movie was shot, but even in the test screenings, it was shown without finished visual effects, without the finished sound design. There was still a lot of post-production work to be done on this film, which means if and when it releases, because we're in the digital age, this will leak at some point on the internet. It's also then going to be seen on people's phones or iPads or whatever instead of a big screen and judged in an incomplete fashion when it does not have its full visual effects and sound editing and everything like that finished. And that sucks for it, because I think that the people who worked on it at least deserve to have it seen the way it was meant to be seen, and then people could make their judgment from there. I understand the business side of things because they're not writing off $90 million, because they're going to get millions back in that tax write-off. So it's going to be less than 90 million, okay, that they actually spent on it, that they're going to end up eating. I get the business side of the tax write-off and not releasing it. It sucks from a creative standpoint, especially when people worked really hard. So that part, it does suck, but I do understand the business side of that. But here's something, and Kevin Smith said this publicly on a podcast recently, okay? It sends a really bad message when you cancel the first DC Latina film led property, okay? And Ezra Miller's movie is getting a pass. When guess what? Ezra Miller's movie was under the previous regime, which means they could do the same thing they're doing with Batgirl. Shit can that movie, get the tax write-off, and save millions on that.
Right.
Or even if they shot with another actor, it wouldn't have cost them $100 million, or maybe just about that.
That's what they're going to do.
Right. So there are things that they could have sent a message like, look, this what Ezra Miller is doing right now in his life, we do not condone. He is no longer our Barry Allen.
It looks really bad.
We are going to, because the thing is, they're waiting a year. And Lael, you and I, we talked about this on Saturday, and I said I think it's a mistake. I think if they're going to put that movie out, which I think there's an argument to be made for not, all right, and doing what they did with Batgirl here. But if it's going to be put out, put it out right the fuck now. Why are you waiting another year? Because guess what?
A year more
every single day,
single day,
every single day, WB executives, their assholes are puckering, waiting for the next fucking thing that Ezra Miller does. Okay,
and he literally does something every day.
Today he got felony charges from it. The actual offense was from May, but the felony charges were filed today. Okay, shit like this is going to continue to happen with Ezra Miller.
This motherfucker has 5 stars in GTA. He's a menace.
Yeah,
he got the helicopter coming for him. The helicopter, the SWAT team.
Let's recognize that this is not the last debacle that they're going to have with Ezra Miller. All right, and it does send a very bad message to cancel the first Latina-led film property for DC and let Ezra Miller slide and continue. Now, I understand they think they've got a great movie on their hands.
I also think they're worried about backlash.
Again, there are things that they could do.
Reshoot.
And not only that, but when you put this year, when you put this film, it's still a year out, you're still putting the rest of the DC universe in limbo, right?
In limbo.
Because we already know that they switched some things up because Shazam and Black Adam were originally going to come out after Flash. So now they've retooled those. And so any impact that was going to have on those two movies is null and void now. So those two movies are coming out first. So you're still putting everything else on hold because they have to figure out what the fuck they're doing with this Flash movie and how it's going to impact everything else. So... And, people are complaining about, the costumes look cheap. And it's like, well, look, that costume is comic book accurate. I don't think it looks bad. I actually really think it looks good. Plus, every superhero gets a suit upgrade in their first film at some point. So, that we don't know. That could have been coming at some point. Who knows? So, people criticizing it. And again, and Kevin Smith even said, he's like, look, we've had more than 10 years now of the CW verse, the Arrowverse on the CW. And if the costumes were even just a little bit better than what we saw on Arrow, then why can't we have that? Why can't that be a thing in film property? Yeah. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, another point that he brought up is that the directors of this Batgirl movie that everybody's shitting on without having seen, and again, I haven't seen it, so I'm not defending that it's good, because I honestly don't know. But at the same time, the directors of that movie also directed a couple episodes of Ms. Marvel. All right. They can direct, they can tell a story. So again, to me, it's like, I think there are a lot of positives about what David Zaslav is saying and what he's doing in terms of bringing in Alan Horn. Yes. But we also are still seeing some of that old Hollywood, still going to protect, the star Ezra Miller on The Flash, whereas Leslie Grace and this Batgirl movie is expendable. And I get there are some financial reasons motivating that, some that make sense and some that just feel a little bit greedier. But there's positives here, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are some really kind of shitty elements to this. And, I genuinely hope that people that worked hard on it, I hope that Leslie Grace gets to play this character again. But there's no guarantee because their plan is to lay out a 10-year plan, but they haven't done that 10-year plan. And that is a hard thing to do. And there are a lot of points where people can get bumped off that road. And she could be one of those people if they decide, oh, wait, what if we do this story? And, this person would actually be great for that version of Barbara Gordon. Maybe we recast. There's a lot of time and a lot of opportunity for people that worked really hard on that movie to get replaced if Batgirl has a presence moving forward. And that really sucks.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to be canned, though, man. I don't think she'll be canned.
There's literally no way that we can say one way or another right now. There's so many variables as they try and lay out a 10-year plan. Her getting replaced could happen like that. All right. It could also come down to scheduling conflict. She's got to work. She's got to pick up other acting gigs while they're figuring out, their 10-year plan. And if she signs up, maybe she gets an offer to lead a television show, and then boom. She gets that show.
Crazy. It's just so crazy that the money that they're forfeiting for in the sake of quality, they wouldn't decide to spend to recast Ezra, and the time it would take to do that would push them closer to their 10-year plan window anyway, and then they could use Flash as Flashpoint to reset the DC universe for what they want to do going forward anyway. Instead, they look so bad. Just letting this dude just do whatever the fuck he wants, and because he's not a superstar celebrity, it's like they figure most people don't know that he's just doing all this shit, so who cares? They would have released this movie a year ago. I mean, at least it would have been out of the way by now, and they could have moved forward. But to
still hanging around,
pushing this back, it's
and not publicly saying anything about Ezra Miller,
not saying anything. It's just like, we can see you, right? It's like it's really just really
yeah,
bizarre.
we can see you, dummy.
I'm not sure what I'm not. I mean, clearly the decisions that they're making lately means that they're willing to forego money and for their future and content quality. Well, everything about this Ezra situation says the opposite, because it's almost like he's untouchable because he has a big film coming out, when
they
could easily just recast.
And also, don't.
But then they said they parted ways with him already. They already parted ways with him.
Blue Beetle is safe, all right, because there's such a great opportunity with Blue Beetle. But if they're restarting, if they're retooling everything around Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, all right, they might decide, Blue Beetle, that's a really good concept, but it doesn't fit into the focus that we need right now, and that could drop. I'm not saying it's going to. I'm saying it's a very real possibility because
they could make that film without it.
Look at the
right, but they are going to build. They flat out said it. This is going to be Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and then everything else is built around it. All the energy is going to go primarily into those 3 IPs, though, which means some stuff is going to fall by the wayside. And if Black Adam performs fairly well, they've got a megastar like The Rock that's leading that. So a sequel to Black Adam is probably more financially feasible for them and more likely than taking a chance on something like Blue Beetle.
But that is what's frustrating, because DC is one of DC's black eyes is always all they do is Batman, Batman, Batman. And then even if now they switch the focus to the Trinity, and then it becomes Trinity, 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 it's foregoing so many great niche characters. I mean, it's like saying that, I mean, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but it'd be like, saying that Moon Knight doesn't make sense because he's not, a typical Avenger, or, he's not at the echelon of Spider-Man or Hulk or Wolverine. It's like, well, that is what grows your universe and makes your universe more interesting and dynamic. I mean, Marvel's blueprint, they're so worried about how Marvel did things, and Marvel didn't just drop Iron Man, Thor, Captain America and then just stick with those 3 for the next 10 years. They did Guardians, they did Ant-Man, they did other films to spread out and separate it. And while DC was wondering, will a Wonder Woman film work, you had a tree and a raccoon shooting people, and it worked. It's like
exactly,
and it does. Exactly. But here's the thing you got to remember, though. Here's the thing you got to remember is that Disney did it right, but they built a foundation. All right, that first phase, okay, it was largely just building to that first Avengers movie. All right, it was Cap, it was a couple Iron Man films, okay, it was a Thor. All right. You're building all of these things, and then even after that, with Iron Man 3 and Winter Soldier and stuff, there was that core that made up the foundation before they really started branching out and giving us Guardians and giving us Ant-Man and stuff like that. So that being said, and I'm not faulting, I think they did it the right way, and they were able to earn the cred that then got them to be able to do Ant-Man and Guardians and stuff like that. But now you look at DC, all right, and everybody kind of thinks that DC is starting on third base because we're so deep into this era of comic book films, but they're not. They're starting at the plate, all right? They're trying to build something from the very start, which means they're going to focus on pretty much Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, okay? And
they need more Superman more than anything.
And I want to see good stories with those characters. And but your focus is on building the foundation with those characters to start. It's just when the Blue Beetles and all those on the side, they're going to get pushed back so they can build the foundation first. We're starting at year 0 with DC, not year 10 like Marvel.
I feel like, though, as much as it probably makes sense from a businessman standpoint, because that's what they're looking at this. They're looking at this from money and money only.
Here's
it's very frustrating to assume that you can only do the Trinity at once, and until that's established, when first of all most people know the Trinity, to feel like you can't branch out and do something like Blue Beetle until we got 10 years of the Trinity films, it's frustrating.
But here's the thing.
I don't think it'll be 10 years.
This is what I'm saying though, and this is what I think there's one key element that we're missing here. There really is that you still have movies like The Suicide Squad and their director, who's been hired on by DC. And it's still there.
Wait a minute. Happens to Peacemaker now?
Wait. Nothing. This is what I'm saying. So you got James Gunn already came out with a statement and told everybody, because that was one of the biggest concerns. He told everybody, chill. Peacemaker is safe. Everything else, and he even said, but wait though. This is what I'm saying, that they never said that Blue Beetle's not safe, because it is.
They never said that.
I'm saying we're talking hypotheticals.
Oh well, now they're gonna make Blue Beetle, man.
They're gonna make Blue Beetle. This is my biggest thing though, because this is what we have to also understand, and just hear me out here real quick. When we got Iron Man, and we got basically, because we got Iron Man's 1, 2, and 3. We got Captain America 1, 2. You know what I mean? So we got those and 3. You know, so but wait though. Just hear me out though. Let me just finish this real quick. Right. We got those particular characters, and those were the central characters that were focused on for Marvel. It was those particular characters that were the foundation of everything else that was filtered around it. It wasn't a lack of attention on Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't a lack of attention on Ant-Man. It wasn't a lack of attention on Black Panther. It wasn't a lack of attention on any other IP. It was just that they knew that the focus was going to be, and those were the blueprint were those particular characters. So everything else filtered around it, so they can tell a nice cohesive story. And I think that's the approach that they're taking. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are the foundation of DC, whether we like it or not. But at the same time, and even in the comics, that's always going to be at the forefront, regardless of everything else you want to feel. Those books will always get made. The thing is, those characters, everything else that's filtered around it will happen, but they're trying to tell a cohesive story. They want to actually filter in everything else the right way. I understand that aspect of it. Blue Beetle is definitely going to get made. They already, Zaslav, they said, even at the investors, meeting, they said that. They said Blue. What'd you say?
Yes. Did they mention it either way?
Yeah, they mentioned it. They
because I didn't see them actually say.
I didn't hear him.
They said that Blue Beetle is they're making Blue Beetle, and it's going forward. It's currently it's still in production. They are waiting for that film. It was one of the reasons why they did not want it to go to HBO Max, and it was strictly to film, because they had that belief in that particular film. They said it's great, a great concept, and they're moving ahead with that.
Great actor.
And that is, and it's a great actor, and it's basically a Latino presence on film. So we're going to get that. The thing is, when we see when they say Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, I mean, that's common sense to me. That it makes perfectly good sense to have those, because the thing is, we're saying that right now, but Superman got shitted on. All we got was a Man of Steel, and we didn't get shit else. Like nothing else. We didn't get a Man of Steel
13 years ago.
13 years ago, and he's been shitted on ever since. We're coming from a WB. We're coming from a Warner Brothers that was actually under Walter Hamada, who said blatantly that they didn't want Henry Cavill. They didn't want another Superman film. Blatantly.
Don't get me wrong.
But we're going into Zaslav. Zaslav is basically saying that he wants Superman. He wants Henry Cavill. So here's the thing.
He's a Superman fan. He's a fan of Superman too.
And he's a fan of Superman. And that's what I'm saying. It takes a fan to really step in and say, look, we're going to build. We want them to be foundations, but we're not going to exclude. Come on. If you damn well know, if you got a James Gunn in it, that ain't going nowhere.
Let me be clear. The focus absolutely should be on the Trinity. They should be building their future around Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Around them three.
I don't feel like you need to have like a lengthy period of time of reestablishing them before making ancillary movies, just like they're not waiting to or putting in the back burner ancillary shows like Peacemaker or Suicide Squad. I feel like you can do those shows that don't really have a big impact on the main continuity storyline, like how, let's say, Moon Knight or whatever isn't really a big deal in the main story of the MCU right now, but it's there. I feel like that kind of stuff can happen on the side, especially if it's
going to happen
HBO Max or a lower movie. But obviously, the focus should be on going forward a big film.
So
forward with those.
I just
three.
believe you gotta give them the same.
Look at it this way. Look at it this
leeway that you gave Marvel.
Yeah, but look at it like this. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. We didn't get a Man of Steel 2. Okay, so that was scrap. That was bullshit.
They robbed them.
Exactly. We got the first Wonder Woman, but then we got Wonder Woman 1984. That was a bag of shit.
Like, what the fuck?
Wait, what?
And you did that Wonder Woman 84. We don't talk about that.
I don't know what movie you're talking about.
Exactly. We don't talk about that motherfucking movie. But at the same time, it was a bag of shit, and it got shitted on. Ben Affleck wrote a perfectly good Batman film, and they shitted on that, and they didn't really put it out. And didn't to the point where the man was fucking depressed and stepped away from the fucking character. Like, that's the thing. This is where the reason why they're saying that they're bringing the precedents back to those particular characters is because where they were before was shitted on. And I say this just for this reason. If you don't, again, if the foundation is not strong, there's no belief in anything else in any other property that goes on. If you don't basically have the foundation strong enough, which they are the foundation, motherfuckers is gonna look at other properties and be like, you know what? I don't really care about that shit.
But you know what's hurting them? You know what's hurting them? You make that decision. You give all this lip service about Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, and you don't make a definitive announcement as for who and what reality of Wonder Woman is Wonder Woman reality, Batman reality, Superman. Is it the Snyderverse? Is it? And are you bringing in Cavill back? Are you bringing Affleck back? Is Pattinson going to be your new Batman going forward? What are y'all doing? You know what I mean? Like they haven't been clear, and it's kind of like if you're telling me that you're refocusing on Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman without telling us. I mean, I don't expect them to tell us everything first day, no doubt. But how long are we going to wait before we even find out if it's a reboot or are they blowing up the universe and starting everything from scratch? Which apparently they're not, because obviously they're going to try to keep Rock and Black Adam and probably Levin as Shazam and stuff like that. And they're probably going to try to keep
Affleck. They're going to keep.
But it's like, okay, so it's how much of the Snyderverse are you keeping? How much of the Snyderverse are you rebooting? It's still a mess.
Oh yeah, it's definitely still a mess right now. Really quick,
I agree with that.
Really quick before you say that, I got to bring in, because I forgot the super chat real quick. We got SpongeBob SquareBalls. With Batman, they can start introducing Batgirl and other members of the Bat family. When they flesh them out, they can start making new projects with new characters, and they can finally make I agree. And they can finally make them in good content. So yeah, I do basically agree with that.
Yeah, but that's a slippery slope though, because if you use a Batman film as a vehicle to drop in like 3, 4, or 5 other Bat family characters, you're not giving enough time to Batman, and you're not giving enough time to those characters. You're basically shoehorning them in so you can then create content with them to make more money. I want them to do it right. I don't want them to rush in. I'd rather pick 1 or 2, of that extended Bat family and actually have and actually have them done the right way. Don't give me a whole Batman Incorporated. Don't give me a whole, Bat family kind of thing. That's too much. And that's what scares me, is that they're just going to try and throw a ton of characters into Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman films to introduce all of them and say, oh, but the focus is still on the Trinity. But then you're throwing in 10 other characters in there. I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
it's hot as fuck. I'm having some Italian ice.
And there is this truth, because they said this today.
That's going to happen today.
We know that Zaslav and the current status of the WB, they want to have him back. But Henry Cavill, and they basically said that there was a representative, a reliable source said that Henry Cavill at this stage, and they earlier said that they were wanting him back, but he didn't want to come back. But there was somebody else who basically said that he's waiting for he wants to know how they're going to bring him back and if it's going to be the right fucking story before. And the thing is,
dude, if you go to 10 different websites, you get 10 different stories about Cavill and WB. I don't believe any of it until they make an announcement.
Okay, that's completely understandable. But at the same time, he's not a dummy. He is no fucking dummy, because of the simple fact that it's been a wash for him almost for damn near 9 years. Only bringing him back in for certain IPs and certain. So that's what I'm saying. Like, these actors, even like with Gal Gadot, these motherfuckers are smart now. Okay, it's a new regime, but if you want us, Under what pretense? Because we're not going to go back into the same fucking garbage. And I don't think they basically will. And I think they're going to be in full support. Again, we already know that we're not, and everybody out there, y'all got to kill this whole fucking dream of a Snyderverse. That shit ain't happening no more. I'm telling y'all that right now.
Let it go.
We will not see another fucking Snyderverse. So let that go. Let it put it to the side. That's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Okay, so just put it aside, because the thing is, and I understand, it's too much drama with that bullshit right now. It is as good as much as I love the fucking Justice League, and I love the Snyderverse's Justice League. They're not going to bring that shit back. It's just not going to happen.
It
would be stupid to coincide with. It would be stupid.
So we'll see.
What'd you say?
They just made an ending adjustment to the Flash to coincide with Snyderverse, and that's going to cause a lot more. Maybe Snyderverse is coming back hoopla than you imagine. It's going to be a long time before people let Snyderverse go.
They also were saying too. I think Affleck will finally get to do his film, man. I think that
it's not
he'll get a chance for his Batman.
Dude, he's like 50. He's like 52 years old. By the time
The Rock is 50, The Rock is 51. How old is The Rock?
Yeah, Ben Affleck is not The Rock. I'm telling you, dude was pushed to alcoholism and divorce while he was making those movies as Batman. I'm telling you, he's come back and he's done like these cameos and stuff in it that they paid him a ton of money, and he could come in and he could do it because he was in a better place in his life. He's not going to go down that rabbit hole. And by the time they get something off, all right. And also, if you look at him, he's thinned out a lot lately, and he's aged a lot.
Well, you don't have to be big in the suit.
I'm just saying.
He's
Ben
back with
Affleck
he's
is
back
not
with Jen
going
now,
to.
though, and we all know how grounded she is. So I think that maybe she might. I don't know that.
I love Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm telling you right now, he is not.
It's my favorite
solo Batman movie. It's not happening.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to say it's not going. You put it this way.
We'll see. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen.
I cannot say.
We'll see.
I can't say it will or will not happen. I can't say that it will or would not happen because, like I said, I mean, we're in a totally different money talks, and who knows what's happening behind the scenes right now. We can all speculate and say that, but again, just like Brendan, you did say, we can't make speculations off of a movie that we haven't seen. We also can't make speculations off of a conversation that we haven't been in the room to hear. So we don't know.
But we can make inferences from Ben Affleck's public statements that he does not want to head a major IP franchise anymore. He doesn't want to do it. He's flat out said that.
How many people have said that?
He's done these
but he's in 2 movies already.
Okay, so I'll give you an example.
But he's in 2 movies already.
I don't
want to do it, but
I'll give you an example real quick. I'll give you an example real quick. This is why I'm saying motherfuckers will talk a good game. Because Joaquin Phoenix also said he didn't want to do a franchise film and he was only going to do a one-off.
Phoenix is batshit crazy.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's still basically. Yes, you can. Because number one, he said that he was not going to basically do another franchise film. He wanted to stick to these independent films just by itself. He would never do another one. And
one shot. Right.
Bro, just because batshit crazy, money talks. If you put the right amount of money in the motherfucker's pocket, they're going to do
the right
everything.
Money in body.
Harrison Ford said he wasn't going to come back to do another fucking Star Wars film. He came back and did it. And then on top of that, came back for Rise of fucking Skywalker to do a cameo. So don't tell me that shit is out of the realm of possibility. If you put money in
Harrison Ford hates Star Wars,
that shit will happen. The right amount of money will push the envelope. Trust me.
You pay that man enough money, he'll be in Phantoms too, because he was the bomb in Phantoms. So
I'm telling you, it happened.
Oh, I don't want to be Batman anymore.
Nice J Muse reference there.
But you're in Flash and Aquaman.
I'll give you that. But all right, 2 years from now, when there has been no announcement about a Ben Affleck solo Batman movie,
2 years from now, we probably won't even have a Superman casting decision.
Thank you. I agree with you, Blue.
I'm saying anything is never out of the realm of possibility. So we can't. The thing is, this whole conversation right now. None of us, we're all making speculations of what we think. None of us are in those offices. None of us are signing these contracts. None of us are these.
Was corporate at DC, and let's all hope that there is a change with the executive decisions that's going on there that might make it a more healthier work environment for everyone involved.
Yeah, who knows? And that's what I'm saying. You're coming from the old regime when motherfuckers was getting shitted on, that they couldn't even
the
say a
new one.
fucking word.
Right.
Exactly. They couldn't say a word
Right.
about
All right, so
anything.
answer me this though. With all of this fucking controversy, all of this, we're saying fuck you to the old regime in WB. We're gonna do things right. We're gonna do things better. People are talking about Ben Affleck coming back as Batman. People are talking about Ezra Miller, and they're still putting out that Flash movie. Why is there zero conversation about mending fences with Ray Fisher and bringing him back in as Cyborg?
Because let's put it like this: if he was Flash,
he don't want nothing to do with it.
2 years ago.
That's Ray too.
No, he doesn't want anything. No, he doesn't want anything to do with Jeff Johns or Walter Hamada. Walter Hamada is most likely on his way out the door at WB.
He is.
All right. So that happens. There's nobody left from that.
So are they getting rid of him?
That Ray
Getting
Fisher
rid of Walter
had
Hamada
problems
too?
with.
Oh, he's walking out. He's stepping out.
So why is nobody talking
Oh, he is
about,
stepping out.
about
That's fantastic.
bringing Cyborg back and giving him his just due? Nobody's talking about that.
Nobody's talking about it that we know.
It's probably he hasn't said nothing.
Publicly,
Like
look
his
at the
hands because of
trades,
Hamada
look on
problem.
websites, look Facebook groups, streams. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's even mentioning the possibility of Cyborg right now.
But see, none of us are. The media isn't, because, like I said, there's a lot of information that they don't know about.
You don't know what they're saying in those meetings, man.
Bro, listen. The thing is, it can be basically a hush tactic. They might be telling this motherfucker be quiet because they got shit that they got to still clear up. Because the thing is, you got to keep in mind that even still, right now,
I'm not asking why he's not talking about it. I'm just saying there seems to be no concern, no buzz.
One of the biggest things why right now is because even though we don't know, I mean, it's already been said that investigation is still going on right now. That shit is still happening.
Still going on.
That shit is still going. It has not finished. That they still haven't finished, even though it's even though they got their people on the case and it still has it, because that shit is still going. It's still going to court. He's been saying that shit all over his page. It's still going. There's only so much that this dude can say that anybody can say. Right now, it's hush. They're not going to say too much about anything. And here's the thing: they just had the investors meeting this past weekend. There ain't shit that they can really say right now. All they can say is that they have a 10-year plan. That's the only thing that they can actually say.
They
is that they have a plan.
Their plan is to come up with a 10-year plan. They don't have a 10-year plan yet.
Well,
Alan Horn just woke up, had a cup of coffee, and stepped into the office.
They have a 10-year direction of what they want to do. So we can say that they do have a 10-year direction of what they want. So with that basically being said, there's not so much that we can actually say right now, because again, we're not the motherfuckers sitting there writing the checks, having these conversations with agents, managers, and shit like that. These actors, people coming in and out, rotating door. We're not the ones batting cleanup. They are right now. And I'm telling you, it's just a waiting period.
They're talking to them agents. Right.
They are. I know they're talking to them fucking agents. They got them motherfuckers on the phone right now trying to clean shit up. Because it's a lot that still has to fucking happen right now. And you don't.
Ever since
just as much as you've given up on seeing Ben Affleck back, I've kind of given up on seeing Ray Fisher back, simply because I feel like he kind of, like, in a way, roundabout blacklisted himself. It's almost like, boy, you stepped out of line by talking this racist shit, and he got swept under the rug. And I feel like as much as that's going to be put on Hamada and pushed off to the side, I don't think that they're going to swoop in and save the day.
Fisher would be back.
They're not bringing anything back from the Snyderverse. But here's the thing: one of the reasons why I think he may not,
and Henry Cavill back.
But they
already got.
But see, the thing is,
they got Wonder Woman. They still got Aquaman.
The difference is they have solo films for both Wonder Woman and Superman. They got solo films that they can attend to. That 84, and they already said that right now. I don't even. If anything, I don't even know. I don't know, and I don't even know the status of Patty Jenkins, if she's even going to come back to direct another film. Like, I don't even know if they're going to bring her back to do a Wonder Woman.
If
she's got a contract.
Yeah, they haven't talked about her.
They'd have to pay her off because she has a contract for 3 that she already signed.
They throw money away. Throw that money away. Throw that money away real quick.
You say throw that money away real quick.
Throw that money away with the quickness. Shit.
She made one bad movie. She made a bad movie, and then she made a bad movie.
No,
why are we just throwing the baby out with the bathwater on that? She made a bad movie.
The first
Brendan,
movie was okay. And
84
the second
was
movie
whack.
was so bad that
I agree.
That trumps. I mean,
84 wasn't good. She made a bad movie. I don't understand why we're like fuck Patty Jenkins all of a sudden.
Oh no, we're not fuck Patty Jenkins. It's just a simple fact that number one, we
I'm
don't
not saying
know.
that. I like Patty Jenkins.
I'm not saying her. I'm just saying we don't know where they're sitting with her because, again, here's my thing. If you're coming in with and you're talking about a brand new regime, nobody's safe. Nobody is fucking safe. Man, nobody.
All this shit that was amazing that they're gonna scrap, but they're gonna save. Let's have Wonder Woman swinging like Tarzan through clouds with the last. No.
To the mall.
No.
It's about when she was flying.
Yeah, swinging on the. Oh God, no.
Well, here's my thing because okay, so I want to switch gears a bit. I want to switch gears a bit. I want to switch gears a bit. I want to switch gears a bit because I don't want to go on a tangent of talking about just the negative possibilities because the thing is, I think that we're straying too far into the negative and not looking at. Look, the positive is that the simple fact that somebody wants to do something. Somebody wants to do something. So you have a Zaslav who's coming in and saying he wants to do something right. Bringing in somebody as great as Alan Horn, who's already basically been co-signed by everybody, including Kevin Feige, everybody he's ever worked with. So I want to view the positives of this and not always just stick on the negative portion because the thing is, if somebody is saying that this is a plan and they want to focus on that, we should look at that as, okay, it's not just a win for them financially, but it's also a win for us if somebody's saying that they want to take their time and put out great material, man.
Can we each say one thing that we'd be hopeful to see in a rebooted DC film franchise going forward? Because I think there's all stuff that we would
Henry
like
Cavill
to see.
Fighting Brainiac.
I would love to see him fight Mongol.
Henry Cavill fighting Brainiac.
I want Mongol, bro.
Mongol? Oh yeah, Mongol's good too. Or Brainiac. I really want Brainiac, to be honest.
Yeah, Brainiac would be dope.
I want to see Ben Affleck with Batgirl.
I want Brainiac Dum Buster Scientific on the closing credits. Can we get that? I don't know. I gotta write somebody. We'll
Mogul. They got end credits.
No.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
We'll talk about it later. Yeah, there's a lot that they could do. I would love to see them try. I know we just talked about the Bat Family. I would love to see them actually try to do a Robin storyline. They've
or a Nightwing, man, Jason Todd, something.
Yeah, and I would love to see them do it in a proper order. Don't skip around and start with Damian. Start with Dick, and if you're gonna restart. Start, and I don't mean like year one. I mean like let's start with Dick and go forward, and then have him eventually do Nightwing movies outline. Let's do let's do Jason Todd. Let's kill him his ass off. Let's do Timothy Drake. I mean, I would love to see all that shit and done right. I would love to see them.
I want to see Black Adam.
I would love to see them do a Batman who's intelligent and strategic instead of just punching shit. I want to see the Batman that's capable of having a place in a home in the Justice League where he's respected because he's more strategic than everybody and knows how to tell these gods how to fight and what the villain's weaknesses are. We didn't really even see that in Justice League. Maybe the Snyder Cut a little bit more, but I want to see him being respected like Captain America was in the Avengers film, calling shots about who goes where and does what. I want to see them build more towards, the Justice League animated series. Use that as your template for this universe going forward. All the blueprint is right there. You don't even have to read
Captain America wasn't no regular cat.
Watch Paul Dino and all their research is right there. It's right there. It's not hard.
Here's the thing. Here's my thing, and from me personally, before they even get to a Justice League or anything related to a Justice League, I want character development first. I want the right character development first. I want to see characters fleshed out. I want the right amount of time given to these characters. You know what I mean? Before we even get to that point. Yeah. Because to try to flesh it out, because they do. Like, they literally deserve it, bro. Because again, they've been shitting on shit. For me, I want to feel me myself, and I've always said this. I want to see the proper John Stewart in the DC universe. That's what I want to actually see. I mean, bro. I know everybody's going, you know what I mean? Talk about your guy Gardner. Talk about everybody.
That was scrapped too, wasn't it? They scrapped the HBO Max Green Lantern show, didn't they?
I don't know. They haven't.
So they haven't.
No, they didn't say anything about it.
Officially scrapped it. They did scrap the Strange Adventures project that Kevin Smith was working on, and he was told by another insider when he was told the news about that being.
Oh, that was this morning, right?
It was like a couple days ago. That the Green Lantern show at HBO Max is almost guaranteed to not happen anymore.
Yeah.
We don't know if that means they're gonna do a Green Lantern film, but
I mean, your decision for that was let's go with Guy Gardner of all people, not even Kyle. I mean, I was looking forward to seeing Green Lantern on screen again, but it was a tough.
And I mean, realistically, if they do anything with Green Lantern, if they're not going to do the HBO Max show and they're going to bring them into films, either solo or into something else, it's going to be Hal Jordan.
Yeah, it'll be Hal first, and then it will be
the thing is,
John
if
Stewart.
they're going to do a Hal, I mean, because they'll look again. I can only speculate, but what I'm saying is, I would love to basically have the proper Johns. Yeah, I would love to have Stewart.
I would too.
Love to basically have.
I'm just saying, from a business perspective, they're going to go with Hal.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what I'm saying. Like, it would make sense for them to go with Hal first.
It would also make sense for them to, if you're going to have your Black Justice League member and you're not going to do Cyborg, fucking give it to John.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I
agree. It makes perfectly good fucking sense to do that. True. You know what I mean? I definitely agree.
It would save money.
You know what I mean? If you're not, so here's the thing. Like, I'm again, like when we're talking about shows like Doom Patrol, I don't know how that's gonna look. You know what I mean? Because I love Doom Patrol, bro. It was like one of my favorite shows. So I don't know how they're gonna attack something, because they already said that Gotham shit. What was it? The Gotham, that shit's out the way. We don't know what they're gonna do.
I mean, the trailer for that thing
was.
Oh my god! I'm so glad that's gone. I'm so glad that's gone. No. Oh my god! I was having.
I didn't even know it was a show until it got canceled.
Bro, it was a show about.
Oh my god, bro!
It was a show, bro. It was a show about Batman's stepson, not even Damien, stepson.
Oh, word?
And Joker's daughter and some other shit. I'm like, what?
And like
the
Penguin's
hell?
Kid and all these other
it was garbage.
Working together as a team
are,
in the Batcave.
Good, and they're worried.
DC was making everything about Batman they can without having Batman in it. From Pennyworth,
it was like Batman TV. I watched that trailer, and it was like the TV shit in my mouth. It was so fucking
terrible,
bad.
Bro. It was terrible.
It was so bad.
Bro,
Vinny is the most forgettable trailer. Vinny, as a matter of fact,
I was
watch
it
because it's so
Vinny,
I'm
look
gonna watch it.
Watch
I didn't hear about it till literally. I didn't hear about it till yesterday.
Watch it.
I didn't even know.
Listen,
I heard the name before,
go
but I
look
thought
for the
people were
trailer,
talking
bro.
about the game. Like when I heard Gotham Knights, I was thinking they were talking about the game. I didn't even know there was a show coming.
Dude,
watch the trailer.
Truth be told, the game
is the lead kid.
I've heard bad things about the game too.
The game
kid is Batman's
trash,
stepson,
and I was excited, but it looks trash,
bro.
Which sucks because it's a great concept. I like the concept.
Yeah, well, like the gameplay looks trash. The visuals are bad. The voice acting in the trailers and in the cutscenes that they've released is fucking awful. Like, I have no faith that they're gonna get the Court of Owls right in that game. I think it's gonna be bad.
Which sucks because I want to play as Tim. That's such a dope opportunity.
Yeah,
it looks bad.
That's right.
Bro, I'm so glad that they cut that shit. I'm so glad that they cut that shit.
Yo,
bro.
that show, Vinny,
there's only one
migraines,
DC property left on CW now. There's only one show. It's they're doing
Superman
right
Lois
now, unless it gets canceled. It's the two, because they have Superman and Lois, and then Stargirl.
Superman, Lois,
Stargirl.
Stargirl,
is done. They didn't. So Flash will have a shortened final season next year.
Yeah,
but that's everything else is gone, and there's going to be no more like CW like Arrowverse. It's
Grant Gustin is the perfect.
Give Grant
he's the
Flash.
perfect Flash.
That motherfucker still looks 20 years old.
I said that on Saturday. I was like, fuck, let's just have Grant Gustin take over.
He's aging.
Take the $90 million that you don't care about for Batgirl. Go reshoot that motherfucker and then be done with it.
Yeah.
I think
because they already said they parted ways with Ezra Miller after the movie's over with. They're parting ways with him. They're not even working with him.
They absolutely have not. They have not said
they did say they're not working with Ezra after the film is over.
They have not said anything about parting ways with Ezra Miller. Not one word.
Not yet. They didn't say anything yet.
Speculation. They haven't made a statement.
The only thing that Zaslav
you gotta
said was that they're going to
click
go
on links instead of just reading what somebody posted as the headline on Facebook. They have
no
anything about canning Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Not
There's
a
no
single word.
They've not made an official statement.
Not yet.
Not one. They have gotten criticism for their silence. They have not made one public statement about Ezra Miller.
Oh my God.
Hey, Seamus.
Oh my God.
Weed. Lots of weed. Anyway, so
dude.
so here's what they said. Here's what they said, bro. Now Zaslav, and this is the key thing, is that he said they're actually going to continue with the Flash film that is good, and perhaps they can find a way to make it better. So when I hear that, I hang on to that because I'm like, yo, we don't know whether or not they might reshoot the last or end of this film in
yeah, they're going to be reshoots as they figure out, okay, how is this going to set up the rest of our
exactly?
Which is why they're going to take another year.
He won't be Flash
movie out, but hopefully they come up with a way to then like recast, like
I just know
fucking pull some like John Woo Face Off, like fucking get Nicolas Cage in there, John Travolta, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hell, they were talking. There was what was it the actor that played in what was it called?
The kid from X-Men?
No, the kid from what was it called? The what did he play? What was that when he was one of the demigods or god? There was a kid. It was a film where they were all I don't know. He had this fucking pen that
That's
turned
a great
into
description, man. I know exactly what you're talking
about. Percy Jackson and the
Percy Jackson, the dude that played Percy Jackson. Logan Lerman. Yeah. They wanted him, Percy Jackson. Yeah, they wanted him to basically play, or the possibility that he could be. Or no, it wasn't him.
He was up. People were talking about him as Spider-Man before Tom Holland.
Spider-Man, but no, it was the other dude. The dude that played and what's the fuck is his Maze Runner? Him. That guy. They wanted him to basically take over as the Flash, or they've been saying that. Everybody's been pushing that shit. It won't happen.
So I've been hearing about the kid from the X-Men from First Class, and when that was
I don't know, bro. The thing is, with the Flash, it's just we gotta wait a year and see. We gotta wait, but I do believe he's not. We already know that Ezra, and he's done. He's done.
Ezra's done.
We know it. That's just what
they just haven't made an announcement.
Why WB won't?
Yeah, they haven't said it.
Yeah,
but he's done.
Oh shit! I was telling you they haven't said it.
So here's the thing. Check it out.
No. I said they said it. I thought they said it after the movie was over with that they were going to be done with him. That's what I heard.
They did not.
This is speculation. They're going to be done with him, but they just haven't made the proper announcement. Now, my question is, after this shit today, that he actually got charges and got, you know what I mean? Are they going to come out and say anything yet?
Nope.
Because if they don't, they go. It's fucking.
It's a burglary charge.
They're going to keep much shit.
Bro, he broke into somebody's crib to get some alcohol, bro.
He's absconded with some like fucking kid that he socially conditioned for
the kid, the young girl.
Charge is going to suddenly get them to fucking say something.
Yeah, he's on a.
Yeah, the young girl, he was like 15 or 14 years old.
Especially right after the earnings call, they're just going to lay low and do what they've been doing, which is say absolutely nothing.
Bro, he's been on the Run Tour Volume 3 for like 2 years now. They ain't making no statements.
Hey,
I'm getting a bulletproof vest and a gun because somebody's going to kill me.
His Moose Dream said, can we talk about Sandman? So here's the thing.
We
can't.
I have to watch that show, bro.
We can't.
I'm going to say one thing, though.
I have to watch it.
Shout out to Sandman for not getting the Zaslav axe before they came out because it's dope.
Yeah, it's dope. We can't like as much as I want to talk about it. I'm only on episode 5. So again, like we gotta kind of wait.
I gotta watch it.
Me and Toya, we're watching it. We'll do a full recap of Sandman once we've actually finished the season. So that's why it's kind of hard. You know what I mean, to kind of watch it right now because it's definitely hard, man. Because it's dope. It's so episode 3.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, it was dope.
3, bro. Bro, you haven't seen it yet, have
the
you?
cat.
I haven't had, dude. I've been working my ass off so I can get ready to head out tomorrow. I have not watched.
Oh
anything.
my god!
I barely
I
was able to watch Prey last night. I watched Prey last night, but that's it. I haven't caught up on a million other.
You haven't
things.
watched it either yet, Jedi Pimp, have you?
What is it?
Jedi
Sandman?
Pimp. You haven't watched it yet, have you?
No, I have to watch it. I haven't been able to get to it. I'm gonna probably watch it tomorrow after work.
Bro, it's yeah. So let's move on to something else. Let's move on to something else. Let's move on to something else real quick, man. How about this? How about the Rosario Dawson situation? Do y'all think that this is true?
About the Punisher. About the Punisher.
She walked it back.
She walked it back today, but do you think she was forced to walk it back?
She was forced to walk that shit.
I think she's like us and she gets excited, bro.
I don't know though, because she was like, "Oh, a fan said it to me," and it's like she's been in the game a long time. I don't really think that somebody of her intelligence and talent is gonna have a fan be like, "Yeah, they're making the third season of Punisher," and then her take that as gospel and then say it publicly to the I think she does have some inside info. Maybe it's not guaranteed, but that there's interest, there's talks, there's something going, and
or if anything,
it's not.
Let's have Rosario say something and see how the fans react. It's
it could also be a plant, just like they've done in the past before. It's not by no means is it confirmed, all right, but we have seen more stuff lately, where people are talking publicly about negotiations for roles or discussions with Marvel when they were never like Kevin Feige would be like, no, you don't fucking go out and say anything about this. Like, and we had, Taron Egerton talk about like how he's been talking. We just recently, Giancarlo Esposito talked about how he was having conversations with Marvel about characters like Magneto, Professor X, or Dr. Doom. All right. So that was unheard of before. Nobody would ever say anything about like them being cast in a major role in the MCU. They're starting to test the waters, leak stuff a little bit. So it's entirely possible that that's what's happening here with Rosario Dawson. I think people jumped on it and assumed that this was a hard and fast confirmation. And so she's walking that back a little bit. But I mean, ultimately, who knows? The thing is, yes, Disney is the parent company, but Marvel has, fucking Squirrel Girl, and they have the Punisher, okay? Like, they have Howard the Duck, and they have fucking Moon Knight, all right? There's room for all of these characters in these, in these frameworks. So it's entirely possible that they do. It's entirely possible that they do something with Punisher, but it's on Hulu, and there's a Hulu Disney Plus kind of crossover type thing. Then again, they have the first 2 seasons of a very violent, brutal Punisher show on Disney Plus right now. They are making an R-rated Deadpool, so who knows? Every time they say there's no way they're going to do something, that's exactly what they do.
Shout out to Mikey Lito, man. So glad to have you here tonight. My man Mikey Lito's over here, man. Shout out to you, brother. What are you going to say, Vinny?
The interesting thing about Disney is, I mean, as much as we all assume, and probably correctly so, that something like Punisher is not in the wheelhouse, even though Deadpool, may or may not be as violent as it was before. Look at Disney's. The more I think about it, I mean, look at Disney's MO. I mean, they for decades obviously were focused on girls and getting that money until in the 90s or the 2000s they realized, let's get boys and go after Star Wars and then go after Marvel. And now they have boys and girls money coming in. So I'm sure the next logical step is, as they did before with Dimension, is let's go after adults. Let's get this rated R money. It might not be another lane for them. It might be something that they go out of their way to do, to make, every single pop-up you can do to fucking, make sure that it's parent protected on, Disney Plus or whatever. But who knows? Stranger Things. Maybe they will do a Punisher show, now that they're testing the waters with Deadpool. I still think it's like fucking, next to impossible, but maybe
but bit by bit they're moving in that direction.
They
with
are
Deadpool,
moving in
with
that
Moon
direction.
Knight.
Now Moon Knight was still kind of
Moon Knight
much tamer than it should have been.
But there were flashes of it.
It could have been
with Jake Lockley.
But there was like it was a step in that direction.
Yeah,
it was a step in that direction. That first episode having blood was kind of them like going, "Are we gonna get away with it? All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right." Well, they might just keep dipping their toe
more
in
Beavis part too,
and seeing what'll happen. My thing is, don't do it until you're fucking sure you're ready to do it. I don't want them to do it like a tame Punisher saying, "Okay, well, if you guys like this, then season 2 will be more violent." No, don't do it until you're ready to do it. Fucking.
But you got to
remember,
want
Morbius and Coolio to fight.
We're also getting Blade. All right, so they are moving into that arena with those characters that are more edgy and more violent than they have done from the start. So they're moving, albeit a little bit slowly. They are moving in that direction. So we got to give them some credit for
absolutely,
that, and then see where it goes.
At least thinking about it.
They're willing to take it.
Yeah.
But and again, this is the other thing that we have to remember too, that this is not like that Disney is the parent company and they oversee it, but this is still Marvel Studios. These are still comic book heads. These are still people like us that are making these films, and they're going to push as far as they can, obviously within the confines of what Disney might allow, but they're still going to be testing that and pushing those limits as well. And every time we rush to judgment about what they're willing to do or whatnot, they do something beyond that. Nobody thought that they were going to be willing to do an R-rated Deadpool, but they are. All right. And just like Punisher is a perfect example. When we look at the comics, everybody thinks that everybody thought that this current run with Punisher, they're changing the symbol and it's getting political and they're trying to be woke and all this and that. This fucking run on Punisher not only is phenomenal, there's a very good reason why the logo has changed. And I'm telling you, this Punisher is fucking brutal. Some of the shit that has happened in this book has been super bloody, super violent, super fucked up. Okay. They pulled a rope-a-dope on everybody in Marvel Comics because people were criticizing this Punisher before they read it. And now it's like, oh shit, this is badass. Okay. Marvel is still making these movies, and that means that we still have the potential for them to push the limits and see what they can do on TV. Maybe some of it will go on to Hulu. Fuck it. I'm okay with that. Motherfuckers want to keep criticizing it and think that like, oh, Disney-fy this and Disney. Fuck that. We've gotten some of the best comic content and Star Wars content we've ever had in the world under the fucking Disney regime.
I'm just laughing because
I want Morbius versus Coolio.
I just switched up your names. This is funny as fuck. I like.
We're not getting. I'm Morbius. Come on.
Yo, that's still saying baby powder smack. I'm so done with you, bro.
That's fun, bro. Man, I like having the control to switch up the names, bro.
That is hilarious. That is fun as hell. AKA Room Lord. Oh shit. Cheeks McGee. You sound like an old porn star. Oh god!
You just have to take it.
He said, "I'll take it." Oh my god, I'm so done.
I'll take it.
Oh man!
I think here's the thing: the only person that hasn't said shit, the only person that hasn't said shit about this is John Barenthal himself. He hasn't said shit. He's going about his way.
Yeah.
He hasn't put a.
He's busy.
Yeah, he is.
He's working, and he doesn't need to say anything because everybody else is doing it.
He has a little video.
All he has to do is sit back and just let it happen.
Plus, he got the American. He got the Gigolo out right now. The American Gigolo is coming or something.
And you know what? I love that about him because I know that he's really passionate about it, but he also knows that it's kind of, in a way, certain level of stars. I feel like it's kind of corny if they have to go out and start campaigns to get their shit done. It's like if you're gonna hire me to do this, cool. I'm not gonna go out of my way to keep pushing. Hashtag.
Well, that's what happened. That's what happened with Rosario and being Ahsoka.
Yeah, but that was different. That was
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't have to go out and like try and sell himself on this.
Yeah,
the fans
That's
are doing
true,
it for him.
Mikey.
He can just sit back and continue to gain in popularity to the point where they're definitely going to pay attention to it. And I mean, dude, his fucking podcast alone that he's doing now is crazy. Like,
yeah,
I've been watching it.
I think he. Also
I think I watched one with his brother last.
I think he's also aware that it's a complicated decision for Disney to do another Punisher season. It's not the same. So if it was Netflix and they were dragging their feet about a season 3, that'd be one thing. But he knows how
season 4 by
complicated
now.
move. Yeah, he knows how complicated the move that is for Disney, and that they have a lot to consider before pulling the trigger.
It's
Bring him over, yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how they navigate this shit, though, because again, I mean, we're talking about, these rated R films. Like, yeah, it's in existence, but it's like, how the fuck are they going to be able to actually do all of this shit?
But the thing is, it's like they used to be clever. Like that's what they. Yeah. That's why. See, the Hulu idea is kind of like reminding me of like Dimension, because technically, Pulp Fiction is a fucking Disney movie. All those films that put out through Dimension, Disney owned them at the time, and that was their way of getting that rated R money.
That's true.
That was their way of getting that rated R money under a pseudonym. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
fucking Prey that just dropped on Hulu. Technically, that's a Disney movie.
Yeah, it is.
So it's
they
like
own
they own them. Yeah,
like that's why the lines have blurred so much. Disney today is not the fucking Lion King Disney of the 90s
that it was from yesteryear.
Or earlier.
Yeah,
it's
about getting their money. They're about getting their money
way.
from every revenue stream available. They want it.
Yeah,
Chapek, fucking Chapek, bro. And that's the Bob Iger cannot stand Chapek right now, man. So
what's his cash?
Yeah, but then
nothing
you
he can do.
Left him the fucking gig though.
You're damn right. He shouldn't have. And that's my thing. Is it's like
because he's regretting it now because he basically installed Chapek. Like it's not like like he left and then the board gave Chapek the job.
He
like
gave him
Iger
his blessing,
set him
bro.
up for that.
Yeah.
He gave it to him.
And he regrets it now. Absolutely.
Openly admits that he regrets some of the choices that were made. I'm like, yo, the thing is, it's like, yo.
That being said, though, and Chapek, he's got a lot of issues, but Bob Iger had always said Disney Plus would always be family friendly, that they would never put any R-rated type content on there. And if Chapek wasn't there, Bob Iger was never going to put those Netflix shows on Disney.
No, I'm saying now.
Never going to do that.
Now it's on there.
So the only reason why those are there, again, I think Chapek has not done a good job. But that's one thing that we wouldn't have those Netflix shows on Disney Plus and open the door for what they could create now fresh if that wasn't the case.
It's gonna be interesting, man. Like straight up, like it's gonna be some funny shit. Like just to see how this basically plays out, because if they do decide to bring it back,
I know
how. Like how are they gonna do it in under? It's not how.
Well,
it's not. Put it this way: if I know they're going to bring it back, it's just where are they going to place it? You know what I mean?
Well, also when we say bring it back, they're going to bring John Bernthal, I think, back in some capacity as the Punisher. Just like it is not the exact same Daredevil from Netflix, it will not be the exact same Punisher from Netflix.
Yeah,
it won't.
Yeah,
all right, they're not going to do that and leave storytelling options on the table. Kevin Feige's going to want to do his own thing, and he's gonna. So that's the other thing is what is this iteration going to be like? And what stories are they looking to tell? What are they going to do? But people still like, oh, it's going to be the same one, just like it's going to be the same Daredevil. No, it's not. I'm telling you right now, it's not, because they're also going to want to bring Iron Fist in at some point, and you can bet your bare naked ass they are not bringing in that version of Iron Fist. It just ain't fucking happening.
About it.
If you need any evidence to support the fact that that's not the same Daredevil or Punisher, look to Iron Fist, because there ain't a snowball's chance in hell of them bringing that Iron Fist back.
While you're grabbing that multiverse T'Challa, grab that multiverse Iron Fist, because that's for damn sure not the one that
boom.
Get.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
unless that
give me the actresses that
played
played
for the past 3 years, which I highly doubt.
Give me the actresses that played Misty Knight and
I want
and
everyone
Colleen
else.
Wing, absolutely.
Yeah, yo, everybody
Everyone
wants
They were
else.
perfect.
The only motherfucker
Everybody
that don't
want Misty Knight back.
motherfuckers do his first
Yep.
kick on screen.
Listen, even
I
Misty
don't know.
knew more
I don't
kung
know
fu
if
than
we
he
can even
did.
say
Like,
he
come on,
actually
bro.
threw a kick. I don't know if
Come
we can
on,
say
dog.
he actually threw a kick.
He didn't. Where'd you see him kick anything?
Look, my point is that motherfucker did
What,
no
2
martial arts
seasons?
until they
What?
said,
Come on, bro.
yo, when they said action was the first time he did any
Misty
martial arts in
Knight.
his life.
No,
Any martial arts, bro.
I'm telling you, there was.
Misty Knight
I'm
knew
telling-
more kung fu than he did.
I'm telling you that Finn
Luke
Jones,
Cage knew
man,
more
that
kung
was
fu
so
than he
rough.
did.
Finn Jones
Like,
was
come on,
so
bro.
bad. Finn Jones was
Yeah.
so bad with
Yeah.
that martial arts that you saw better martial arts.
How was Luke Cage
in like
doing
fucking
more
Three
kung fu
Ninjas
than you?
Knuckle Up? You saw better martial arts in
And
Three
you get to
Ninjas
fight a
Knuckle Up.
dragon.
Shit.
It was that bad.
Come on, dog.
Shit.
It must have been the punk ass
yeah.
dragon you fought.
Jesus, Lael, sit down.
Yo.
You
Yo.
fought a dragon? Come on, bro.
Ooh.
Everybody in Harlem can
God
beat
damn.
your
All right,
ass,
dude.
but
Dude,
you
it was
Iron
funny,
Fist.
but like, god damn.
Come on, bro.
Damn. Bro.
You relocated to
Now, let's be
laugh.
real.
Bro,
Listen.
this man will get shitted on for the rest of his life, bro.
Forever,
Like
yo.
literally, he is
Yeah.
going to get
Yeah.
like literally. The last time I saw him, the last time I saw him was during the pandemic, and he was a DJ on Instagram. Literally, bro.
Nuh-uh.
That's the last. I
Nuh-uh.
swear to God. I swear
What?
on everything I love. Around the time that
I mean, he's
Questlove
just not a
and
very
and
good
and
actor.
D Nice were DJing, he was DJing. It was like all house music. He was DJing on Instagram. Literally, that's the last fucking time I saw this dude, bro.
So he went from
Last
Game
time I
of
saw him.
Thrones.
Yo, I gotta
Yo.
make
Game of
He
Thrones.
wasn't good
Yo, I
at
gotta
Iron
make
Game
the
of
Fist.
Bruce Lee.
Thrones,
I
though.
gotta make the Bruce Lee DJ
Yo.
shirt with Iron Fist, but like have the Ghostbusters crossed out logo.
Yo, he said
Bruce Lee
the
would
first
have
time
kicked his ass.
he kicked. Yeah, bro.
He
didn't
wasn't
kick
good
nobody.
in Game of Thrones. Like
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is,
Oh,
like,
I
I'm
know
trying to
that.
think how they made that choice. Like, what was the pitch?
Yeah, I don't
to
understand.
get him?
I don't
I
understand.
would want to be in a room to be like, yo, we should get dude from Game of Thrones to play this
You
role.
know they kung fu?
Remember the dude that was in there for 10 minutes? Let's get him.
Like, let's
Yo,
just
they-
get him
he
to
must
play
have
this
They
role.
give you a 10-minute class.
He got pictures of somebody.
Yo,
Did he ever
that's-
do a spin kick, a back kick, a straight kick,
I
a
don't
forward
know.
kick?
I
My
don't
daughter's
know.
8
It
years
just-
old. She probably would
bro,
kick his
it
ass.
just- it
She's
wasn't
Taekwondo,
believable, bro. Like, it just wasn't believable on screen. You know what I mean?
no,
Like, there
Yeah.
I
was
swear
no
there was a
belief.
scene where I thought he literally
There's
said,
only-
"Hi-ya!"
There's
It was-
only one
It was
good.
bad.
Very
It was
dry.
bad.
He did that.
Iron Fist himself had only one good action sequence, and that's when it was a stunt double wearing the fucking mask. And then they had Daredevil wearing the mask
Yeah.
that he should have been wearing.
Yeah.
Why did
You know,
put-
you know, there
here's
was
the dumb,
better.
Here's what's so frustrating about that show. The mother, it's set up as a layup. The motherfucker wears a
Yeah.
mask. All you got to do is put a stunt double in there and let him
Yep.
do the, let him have the scenes.
And be good.
Let him have the drama
Yep.
scenes, and then you put a stunt double in there
Yep.
to do the martial arts and give him his costume. It was.
So-
It couldn't have been
Michael
easier.
Caine. Michael Caine was better at action fighting in Austin Powers in Goldmember when he went up to like random henchmen and said
Stop.
"judo chop" and like hit them in the
Stop.
neck. He was better in
Stop it.
that than Finn
Stop.
Jones was in Iron Fist.
The
Yeah.
daughter, I mean, it's just everyone, and that's what's sad. It was a love letter. It
I
was
heard
a love letter
that.
to martial arts
Oh.
fans. Everyone else on the show was dope.
Yeah.
I heard that. I heard that rumor too. I did hear this.
Oh, for real?
This is something that's been floating around for a minute
Yeah,
about
it's been,
Jessica
it's
Jones.
been for a while.
Yeah, I don't know until
No,
we see it.
but see,
I
the
would-
rumor-
I would love
them,
it.
them,
the rumor
those
keeps
people back,
changing
man.
because originally that was supposed to be that rumor was circulating that was going to be what brought him out to where Echo is because he was looking for Jessica Jones.
For
but
Jessica?
then it
Oh,
started
dope.
shifting,
Okay.
and then the people were saying it's going to be in She-Hulk, and then it's going to be in Born Again, and
Mhm.
so it's just. Again, it'd be cool if they brought her back, but like the rumor just keeps changing, and I think it just
Yeah.
keeps changing based on what people are hoping.
So let me ask y'all a question real quick. I'm gonna start with you, Vinny, because I want to leave Brendan for last because I want his impression on this one too because I know this is near and dear to his heart. Would y'all motherfuckers have been pissed if they'd have said, "Yeah, we're doing Daredevil, but we're only doing 6 episodes"?
No. I'm fine with it.
You'd have been fine with that?
Yeah, I'd have been fine with it. It's easy to say in hindsight now because we're getting 18. But who the fuck thought we were going to get 18 episodes of Daredevil? Not me.
Nope.
So it's kind of like, how would we have known that is a possibility? Up till now, all you get is 6. Maybe not. Like, that's just not something I thought was an option. Obviously, now it's going to fuck it up for everybody. Because now the next show where they only do 6 is going to be like, damn, can we get 10? 12 something.
Can we get 10 episodes now? Yeah.
Yo, Matt got 18. Can the brother get 9?
Yeah.
Give me a 10 piece and a biscuit. Fuck.
Motherfuckers gonna be like, yo,
can they get 12?
Yo, and everybody's gonna compare it to that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like everybody's gonna be like, yo, wait, hold up, we only get 6? Oh, but you gave Matt Murdock like 18 episodes. You know what I mean?
Right.
18.
Right.
Yeah, you got.
Can I get a 2-hour special?
Can I get a Christmas special at least? Something like that.
At least.
So, Brendan, you be okay if it was 6 episodes?
Well, not now that we have 18, but before when I was just like, oh shit, if we're just gonna get any Daredevil, then yeah, man.
You'd have been cool with
I'm
this.
happy. I would rather have. We only had 6 episodes of Moon Knight. I'd rather have 6 episodes than 0. Yeah. So before we knew he was going to get his own show. I was expecting 6 to 8 or 9 episodes. I wasn't expecting 18. But I do.
Do you have reservations about it being 18 though?
Oh fuck no, fuck.
I do.
No, I. Here's the thing.
I do.
I take it as a sign because, and Kevin Feige, Daredevil is one of his favorite characters. Okay, I take it as a sign that they have shown, like, okay, people want more. Literally every show that they've put out, people are like, this is good, but we want more than 6 episodes.
Only got 6?
We want more than 8 episodes, right? Because everybody is saying, man, it feels like we only have 1 episode left. How are they going to actually finish this story? And people are always saying that the finales feel a little rushed, a little crammed. So to me, Daredevil is the perfect character to expand into a longer season and give those 18 episodes. I like the fact that you can pack more than 1 story arc into a season if you're doing that many, right? So it means that we don't have to rely on getting fucking 8 seasons, because if they can fit 2 or 3 solid storylines into an 18 episode season, then we could see a lot more classic comic arcs that we love on screen instead of just, getting 1 per season, right? It gives everything more room to breathe. Like I said, I would have been ecstatic just for getting the 6, but getting 18, I cannot express how happy I am. And I genuinely think that this could be a sign that we are going to start to get longer shows, and that Daredevil is the one that is going to kind of usher in that. I'm not saying that they're all 18, but maybe it's like, like a typical like Netflix or Amazon Prime where it's like, 10, 13 episodes, something 10, like 12, that. Yeah. If we, if we can get that, then absolutely. And there's so much that they can pack into, like, people who aren't familiar with Daredevil. Like, if you've only ever watched the Netflix show, you don't really know this character. There's so much in these books that I'm not worried about filler episodes at all. There is so much phenomenal content, I'm telling you, that it's going to be packed with stories that we want, and they're going to get fleshed out because they've got the time to do it. This is not like a network thing where it's like we have to have 22 or 24 episodes for the season, and so we can sell commercials and stuff like this. Kevin Feige has a very specific plan with Daredevil and with the characters that he's going to be involved with, because he's flat out said that Spider-Man is going street level. We've got Daredevil, we've got Kingpin in there. I'm telling you, there is a lot here to be really excited about, and people just don't realize it yet. But when this show drops, I'm telling you, it's going to be something special.
Yeah. So I guess consensus, you happy about this Jedi Pimp, aka Powder Smack?
Oh, of course. That's me. Of course, yeah. because I mean I got to the episodes that Netflix is putting out. So the amount. I know it's not going to be the same as Netflix, but just give me at least that amount, 12, 13. I wasn't expecting 18 at all. So I'm definitely happy with it. And I think it'll give it more time, more, you'll have more crossover. Maybe you'll have more in the story of Daredevil or about it. I'm excited for it. I want it. Maybe a new uniform at some point. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So,
question is, what do you? No, I'm not John Campy. I'm not doing that shit.
Questions for you.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm definitely not doing that.
I'll love to John Campia, Robert Meyer.
I'll leave that to Campia, man. He does it better, man. But
dude, look, we're gonna have a scenario where we're gonna have Daredevil and Moon Knight and Blade and stuff all in the same universe and crossing over at some point on television and on film. That's gonna be cool.
I think Spider-Man will be on there at some point.
What are you saying, Benny?
Yeah,
I hope they switch up the suit though. I know it's yellow and red in the OG, but the way it was drawn back in the day, all the shadows always looked more like yellow and black.
Yeah,
red.
You
know what I mean? So
it's gonna be a temporary thing.
I'm sure it's gonna be temporary, and it's cool.
Yeah,
it's not to set it apart to like make it clear
series.
that this is something different. But it's like I wish it would have been like a mix of yellow, black, and red. Even though the black was just shade, kind of like how back in the day Spider-Man was always drawn black with like blue tints for the shade to kind of like as artistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
a show like She-Hulk is the perfect one to do a short run with the yellow suit. Right. And then push him back into like I would love
switch up, but
I would love to. I love the Netflix show. Okay. And I'm the biggest fucking Daredevil fan on the planet. I've been saying, as much as I love the Netflix show, that is not
I want that Shadowland
this character. And yes, but I want a more comic accurate suit. I want to see that style of suit. I think it has so much potential. So I'm hoping that we get something like that at some point. I would love to see the Shadowland suit that's black.
That's what
with
I
the
want.
Red
that
logo
black and red. Oh
and
my
and the red
God.
Billy clubs and the red boots. I would love to see something like
that.
I would love to see the Shadowland storyline, all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I really hope there's minor things definitely that I'm looking for. Like I honestly, if with 18 episodes, we're going to get to see some very interesting courtroom stuff. We're going to get to see some very different takes on a lot of different things. I hope if we see the Hand, they're more dangerous than they were in a Netflix show. That was disappointing to me. But I
want them worshiping the beast. I want them worshiping the beast.
Shit, it's like we get it, and then it didn't even go anywhere. It was really bizarre.
I want to see, and imagine it like what they're doing kind of right now. Imagine if we had Punisher and Daredevil and Elektra and the Hand all wrapped up in an amazing show.
Fighting.
I would absolutely love
fighting the Hand.
So there's a lot of potential.
As long as they don't screw the pooch on it, like season 2 finale, where they have them on the rooftop and then they kind of just like cut away. And then you don't get to see that fight.
Right, exactly. There's potential for some. I mean, I loved like the fight that Daredevil had with was it Nobu in the first season was phenomenal, right? Give me more. Some of that stuff. Yeah. And if you have this show has so much potential. If you get Daredevil in there and you think about the villains, it's not just Kingpin, although Kingpin is one of my all-time favorite villains, okay? Because he's so cerebral. But if you get Kingpin, you get the Hand, you get Bullseye, you get Lady Bullseye, you get Typhoid Mary, okay? They did cool takes on those characters on the Netflix show, but they were very different than their comic book counterparts. And their comic book origins for Bullseye, their comic book origins for Lady Bullseye, the Hand, for Typhoid Mary especially, they really diverted in the show for that. There's so much potential for some amazing villains.
Oh, there it
with
is.
Daredevil.
Oh, man, that's suit.
And you can bring in other characters that he's mentored. There's a really good piece with Blind Spot that he mentored. You have other villains like Ten Fingers. There's so much that they could do, and it can be really, really special. I know I say this all the time. I cannot encourage people enough to go out and read Daredevil books and don't just rely on the Netflix show as your baseline for what this character is. When you read these books, you will realize there's so much more potential that Kevin Feige is about to explore.
You said you wanted to switch up Karen Page?
Yeah, big time.
You didn't like the actress?
You don't like that Karen?
Actress is okay. I didn't like.
She was good, bro.
I didn't like the character. I didn't like her.
Her portrayal of the character.
I didn't like what they did with that character. I mean, it was every episode all she did was cry. It was just it got.
Her and Foggy back, bro.
It was just Foggy was funny as shit. I like Foggy.
The actor who played Foggy did a great job. Really liked him.
I think he did good as Foggy, man.
I think
he was great as Foggy. I would keep him as Foggy. He's dope.
Yeah, I don't mind if they keep the actress just like make it a little bit more comic accurate than what they did. I will tell you, there's one character that I absolutely loved. There's one character that I absolutely loved in the first season of Daredevil that I do think elevated the character above what we have typically seen from the character in the comics, and that was Wesley. Wesley was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And the scene where Karen and Wesley and the way that goes down was amazing. I loved that. I was sad to see him go, but what a way to see him go. It was good. Wesley, that character, was absolutely phenomenal in the Netflix show.
Elektra.
I would love them to bring that actor back as a different multiversal version of Wesley and let him explore that character more, because he actually elevated it beyond what he typically gives us in the comics.
Was awesome as Wesley, bro.
Elodie Young.
Is she coming back too for Elektra or no?
No,
we don't know.
Nobody said anything.
The thing is, she has her own show that she heads on Fox now. So contractually and schedule wise, she might not even be available.
Might be
but she might because we don't know when the Daredevil show is actually going to start production, and we don't know how long of a production it's going to be. We only know that it's supposed to come out spring 2024. So we don't know exactly what the window is for production. Maybe she's available and she can do it. I don't know. I would absolutely take her back if
she was awesome as Elektra,
because she was a good Elektra. But if she can't, there are other options out there that I like that I think can fill that role.
Yeah, definitely. I loved her as Elektra. I think she had the right personality. She has the right look.
She would have kicked Iron Fist ass.
Perfect look.
She did in the Defenders show. She did kick his ass.
Yeah, she kicked his ass. Yeah.
Gender would have kicked Iron Fist's ass. What are you talking about?
Anyway, listen.
He was pretty bad.
We're about that 2-hour mark, man. Thanks everybody for basically tuning in, man. It's been a great show, great discussions all around. This is what we do every Monday. Come on, tune in, especially if you want to be entertained. Y'all want to be entertained, you will be entertained. You know what I mean? We got the Room Lord, we got Cheeks McGee, we got Baby Powder Smack. So, come on, man. What else can you ask for? Vinny, what you got coming up next, bro?
Thursday, headed to Philly to check out Return of the Jedi with the Philadelphia Orchestra. So that I'm really looking forward to. I've done we've done Empire Strikes Back.
Man.
Did Black Panther. Recently did awesome, Harry Potter and Orchestra, and we were supposed to see Return of the Jedi in
a couple years back,
20, and pandemic fucked it up, and finally they're running that again. So I'm excited to see. I'm pissed I didn't even know this was a thing when they did Star Wars, but we caught Empire, and now of course I got to see Return. So I'm really excited, looking forward to that. And then I'm looking forward to having more come here, getting some more art stuff done. Like I said, I just did that Naro. That's on my IG, and so I have a long list of art projects to get to now, and I'm focusing on reading, getting caught up on that, and picking up some key issues. I got some key issues on order coming in soon, so I'm looking forward to that. Got some graded comic coming in, so I got a lot going on that front, and just finishing up Sandman. So I'm excited to dive back into that and finish up that show. It's been amazing. So that's for the most part. That's it.
Yeah, man. Come on. If you haven't already, follow Vincent Dunn Art on Instagram, IG, all day, every day. Great stuff going on, man. And it's also the, link to his channel or his store is there. So make sure you do so as
Yeah, if you need
well.
any art prints, just hop on over to the IG, has a link to the store, and just tell me you're from the show. I'll hook you up.
Definitely, man. So next up we got Mr. Butt Naked, aka Cheeks McGee. Bro, what you got going on, man?
Well, so first,
Mm.
Wednesday comic book recommendations. So if you're reading any comic books, if you haven't, read the most recent, well, read the whole run of Moon Knight. Just recently, they brought in a really cool arc with like all three of the personas: Stephen Grant, Jake Lockley, and Mark Spector. And there's a really good, really cool interaction that they're actually having in his head while his body is like in the middle of a fight. And it's a really cool piece. So like you got it. Like, don't sleep on the current Moon Knight. I actually picked up this Gabriel Delato Virgin variant cover that is absolutely gorgeous. So there's tons of great art for these covers on Moon Knight.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice kind of like black and white with like red splashes. So this is dope. I love this. The other recommendation, if you aren't, read this, and issue number 5 comes out to Wednesday. Read this Punisher. I'm telling you, this run on the Punisher is so damn good, and it's going to be tying in very soon to Daredevil and Elektra. So read that. Got some really nice cover art for the first issue of Variant here, and then the main A cover. But these, I'm telling you, read this Punisher run. It is absolutely worth it. Oh, I also picked up X-Force #1 recently.
Oh, I have that.
Nice.
I got that book too.
So, and this is like a really nice copy too. I'm gonna get it pressed and graded, but this is actually very good condition. So I was happy to pick that up. So that's comic book recommendations for this week. So tomorrow and Wednesday is celebration of my 40th trip around the sun. So Tuesday and Wednesday, the wife and kids and I will be going down to Newport, it's a seaside town in Rhode Island. So we're going to be going down there, having tons of great seafood and hanging out in nice weather. So that'll be fun. Come back, got a quick shoot on Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Fan Expo Boston. So we're going to have a whole lot of fun there. I'm going to probably spend a whole lot of money. I'm going to dig up some Daredevil books. And you can cut your shoulder all you want there, buddy. We got actually I just picked up today Daredevil issue number 10.
You've been buying Daredevil all month.
I have been getting a lot, but this is Daredevil number 10 from back in the 60s. I should have that coming soon.
Oh, wow.
Get that pressed in good condition, so I'm excited for that. Hopefully this week I will find Daredevil number 7, which is the first use of the red suit that also has Namor on the cover battling Daredevil. So I'm on the lookout for that this week at Fan Expo Boston. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of art, a lot of comics, a lot of hunting, and take a photo with the voice of Ahsoka, Ashley Eckstein, with my kids. So they're really excited for that.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun but busy week. And Lael, get your ass up to Boston on Saturday. There we go.
I wish I could, bro. I definitely wish I could. I straight up wish I could. After what Sideshow pulled, I can't do shit right now.
What? Because of the email today?
Well, I didn't even see the fucking email, bro. Or I didn't see that yet. But they fucked everybody over, bro.
Do you have the clone figures, Anakin and Obi-Wan, on pre-order?
No, not those. I canceled those.
they sent an email.
The cartoons. I didn't get those.
They sent an email like a half hour before we went live that they're like shipping in the next. Well, they say they're going to charge like in 2 days, and it's supposed to ship within 10. But that's what they said about the Chrome Trooper. True, that it was going to ship in 10, and that's
they took fucking 600 bills from me, bro, and that's still and didn't say nothing.
I don't think the Trooper.
Wow.
I mean, I don't think that the Clone
they
Wars
don't.
Anakin and Obi-Wan look as bad as other people think they do. I was going to keep them, but given that I'm going to be dropping money seriously on Fan Expo this weekend, and I'm looking at very specific collectibles grails that I'm looking to pick up for myself, I'm shifting directions, and like even if they're really good. I mean, they'll make 8 million of them, so I'd be able to get them.
They'll be around, they'll be
but
around.
I don't think I'm going to go down that line. I wasn't feeling the way the Ahsoka looked. The Cad Bane looks cool, but I'm going to get the Hot Toys one from Book of Boba, so I don't need just to have the wider brim hat, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
Really
so I think I'm going to cancel those, but I'm honestly I'm putting more.
Are you not getting the sideshow?
No, I think I'm going to cancel those tonight, actually, or tomorrow. I'm putting more energy and more money into picking up Grail comics. Daredevil #1, Daredevil #7.
That's what I've been doing.
X-Men.
I mean, that's what I usually do. So
yeah, like I mean, and I've been doing that for a while, but like I'm looking at like to trim the fat in other areas of collecting. It's like, would I rather go and spend spend $1,000 on like a decent grade copy of Daredevil 7, or do I want sideshow figures? It's pretty easy to make that choice. So
make that change. So
I'm starting to shift priorities and figure out, plus I've got other things that are going to be coming in the next month or two that I'm way more excited about than sideshow clone figures. Like hopefully in September, the half scale Queen Studios Cap is going to be here from Endgame, and the third scale Wonder Woman Linda Carter from Prime 1. So I'm like, I don't need Anakin and Obi-Wan animated when I got stuff like that coming in.
Yeah, so we definitely have to see that, man. What you got going on, Jedi Pimp?
I'm still reading Hawk Immortal. I gotta pick them books up from my boy shop tomorrow. My Batmobile came in to his
Which one?
shop. I'm gonna probably get it Friday. Go pick it up Friday.
Which one?
I had the 1/6 scale, the tumbler, the black tumbler.
Oh, you got the tumbler?
The Hot Toys?
The Hot Toys, the tumbler, I pick that up probably Friday.
Yeah.
He said it's massive, so I'm gonna have to get another setup because I'm gonna have both of them on the table. So
the super.
I'm gonna just sell this table and get another one.
Yeah,
so that's it, man. And we're getting the kids ready. My baby girl ready to go back to school. She goes back on the 16th.
Yeah.
So I'll be taking her
getting ready.
Water Park this weekend. Yeah. So that's it for me, bro.
If you haven't already, Jedi Kid, Master Sergeant on IG, definitely make sure you actually, follow him and great, posing content, stuff like that. As for me,
sorry, people go. If you just want to laugh, because most of the people in here that are into comics, and these streams are also collectors. If you haven't subscribed to 1/6 scale Figure Focus, at Shane's channel, watch. It's only like 1 minute and 45 seconds. Watch his video that he just posted today about shit that collectors say.
Yeah,
it's funny. He did a good job. It's like 1.5 minutes of your life. You'll laugh because literally you probably said 80% of the things that he had in that video. Go watch it, give it a like, subscribe to his channel. He's a good dude.
Definitely.
But that shit was funny. So give him some love for that.
That's cool.
If you haven't already, subscribed to the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel. On our way to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, actually, on our way to 3,000. 3,000. I'm sorry, 3,000. We're almost at 3,000. I think we got like 80, about a good 60 to 80.
We got about 80 to go. Yeah.
Yeah, about 80 to go. We'll have if we got
awesome,
80 more subscribers, and we'll hit 3,000. So definitely, you want to subscribe as you can.
That's right, Renz Tolentino.
Yeah, so
congratulations, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. We're
gonna
to reach
quick
that,
too.
hopefully. So yeah, it did, man. 3,000 came quick, so we're on the way there. Again, we got today. You always know every Monday, comic book talk with friends. We'll be back here for Say What on Wednesday. Uncivilized Scoundrel on Thursday, which I don't know, Vinny. I don't know, man. I don't know if we'll see. Friday, basically.
I apologize for last Friday.
What was last Friday?
Figure
Shit was dope.
Friday, I went crazy.
Oh, you was going ham. You went. You went.
I didn't
ham.
mean to, but
not.
I didn't know it was a limit.
Yeah, you did.
No, bro.
Did you send out a bunch of dick pics?
Nah, it's funny. Yeah. Nah, he sent out a whole bunch of pics. You gotta watch it, bro. You went ham. But anyway, Figure Flex Friday, that's actually Mega Flex Friday, and then the Collectors Lounge International on Sunday. So stay tuned for that. Couple of videos I got coming up, and a couple things that I'm trying to work on. I got to get out. It's just time for me. It's just fucked up right now, but we'll get it going. Anyway, thanks everybody for being here. Everybody out in the chat, as always, every Monday. You know where to find us. You know how the conversations go. We keep it real with everybody. It's how it always should be. No bullshit with this panel, and that's how we like it. Anyway, man, thank you guys for attending, being here with us every week. To just talk about comics, man. Shit that we actually love. I mean, what other place do you want to be on a Monday night than to talk about comics and just dissect everything? This is how we're going to do it. I think next Monday, it's going to be all about comics. Fuck cinematic. It's going to be all about comics.
I have some recommendations I've been holding off.
Yes, we're going basically back to basics. We're going to be talking about comics, everything full-fledged. We're going back into that, get the movie shit out the way. Now we're back in full steam until She-Hulk goes. This is what we're going to actually be. So let's go. All about comics next week, all day, every day. Again, thanks everybody for being here. Check y'all out. This motherfucker's unfiltered. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Peace out. We love y'all. We out.